Welcome back to the Wickedly Branded podcast. Today we're stepping into Chapter 6 of Marketing for Entrepreneurs, a quick guide to spark and ignite your marketing. This chapter is called Your Core 3, Platform, Plan, and People. And if you've ever felt like your marketing lives in 15 different places at once, then this conversation is going to feel like someone gently clearing the table so you can actually sit down and actually breathe for the first time. Because here's what I see over and over again with our clients and what I have actually done myself. Brilliant women building meaningful businesses, calendars are extremely full, offers that you have are working, right? With clients who love you, and a marketing presence that feels scattered across so many platforms. There are so many more social media platforms today, and that creates half-finished ideas and evolving strategies and content that shifts tone depending on the week. We see a ton of effort. We know that there's care, but we do know that focus is completely diluted because they're in so many places at once. So when your focus is diffused, your momentum is also diffused. So your core 3 exists to gather your energy back into one direction. So platform, plan, and people. 3 decisions, 3 anchors to hold you steady, and 3 places to return to when it starts to get a little noisy again for yourself, because it will. It will get noisy again. So let's start with platform. The platform is simply where you show up consistently. It's your visibility home base. I want you to picture a physical space, like a storefront or a studio or a gathering place, somewhere your people know they can find you. That's what your primary platform becomes for you. I see many founders treat platforms like experiments that rotate weekly. Instagram this month, LinkedIn next month, a podcast for 3 episodes, a Substack that disappears quietly next week. Each restart costs you energy, and each restart resets recognition. When you choose one primary platform and commit to learning its rhythm, something can really shift inside of you and inside of your potential clients. Familiarity begins forming. Your audience knows where to look for you, and your voice gains deep context for them. Your message accumulates rather than just resets. And from a cognitive perspective, repetition within one environment reduces friction for your entire audience. The brain conserves energy by returning to familiar sources, and familiarity lowers the resistance that people have against purchasing your particular service. That lower resistance increases engagement across the board. So platform choice is less about trends and more about the perfect fit for you. Where do you speak naturally? Where does your energy feel steady? And where are your people already gathering? For some, that's email. For others, it's LinkedIn. For others, it's Instagram or some form of long-form podcasting. The key is commitment long enough for recognition to form. They say for podcasting, you need 2 years of showing up every single week. That's 104 episodes over 2 years to get recognition and to build momentum. The key is commitment long enough for recognition to form. So that's the platform. Now let's move to the plan. Plan is your rhythm. Rhythm protects your energy. Without rhythm, every single content decision becomes a negotiation. What should I post? When should I send something? Is this enough? Is this too much? Decision fatigue accumulates quietly. Rhythm removes negotiation. And in this book, I outline a simple weekly flow. One story, one value-driven insight, one invitation built from a longer thought leadership piece that you repurpose across platforms. That structure creates cohesion, and cohesion reduces overwhelm for you. And overwhelm shrinks creativity. So we want to give it space to breathe. Creativity returns when structure can really hold it. So for me, there was a season where I tried to create new content every single day, fresh angles, fresh hooks, fresh trends, fresh language. And that pace felt super productive. Like I felt like I was creating all kinds of stuff. But the results were really inconsistent. And when I shifted to building from one grounded idea each week and allowing it to unfold across email and social and conversation, my marketing, I believe, deepened to a whole different level. The message matured, engagement steadied, and rhythm builds the trust because it signals reliability. That reliability, again, signals safety, and that safety invites return, and return is where the momentum lives. So we always want to create that momentum in the business because going up the hill is the hardest part. If we can get up the hill, we can coast down with that momentum and the winds of ease of how we run our businesses. So now let's arrive at people. This is where everything I feel like gets a little bit sharper for our clients. People refers to who you're speaking to, and more importantly, the moment that they're living through right now. Many founders describe their audience in demographic terms: age range, industry, income bracket, education level, location, maybe hobbies, things like that. These details create surface definition. They're not bad. Like, that's fine. You can have that information. But emotional context creates resonance. So when I write, I often picture myself 10 years ago, capable, experienced, and carrying visible success and private exhaustion. Deeply invested in my work, but quietly frustrated by how difficult it felt to articulate the value that I provided to my clients. Writing to her keeps my language deeply grounded. She represents a season for me, not like a statistic, not some kind of demographic statistic. So when you orient your message around a lived moment rather than a label, something changes. Your words can feel more specific. Your tone becomes more intimate, and your content is more recognizable. There's recognition for your potential client. Recognition is deeply powerful because the brain lights up when it sees itself reflected. That recognition releases dopamine, which increases attention and memory retention. The reader stays because she feels seen. Narrative resonance outperforms niche labeling every single time. When you understand the season your person is navigating, your message becomes weight. Platform gathers your visibility, plan stabilizes your rhythm, and people deepen your relevance. And together, your core three creates a very strong alignment. That alignment reduces all the messiness and dissonance. It reduces noise and restores focus. That focus continues to compound over and over again, which builds your momentum. So when founders implement their core three inside our Branding Night Intensive process, the shift is visible almost immediately. Content becomes cohesive, messaging is super tight, and their energy steadies because they know exactly what they're supposed to do, where they're supposed to do, and the people they're talking to. They stop asking, what should I do next? And begin asking what supports the direction I have already chosen. There is power in that shift, like a lot of power in that shift. Marketing stops feeling like a reaction or reactive action, and it starts to feel like intention and orientation. And again, orientation supports how we build confidence. When we can do the thing over and over again and know it works, we feel more confident, and that confidence builds momentum. So if you're listening right now, I invite you to answer 3 questions. Where will you show up most consistently for the next 90 days? What simple weekly rhythm can you sustain comfortably? And who is the person you're speaking to? And what season is she navigating? You can write them down in the companion workbook that we have or in a notebook that you have. But I want you to place them somewhere where it's visible. Return to them when you feel the spin starting, when the tornado of overwhelm sits in, starts whispering to you about a new tactic or a new platform. Your core three are not meant to be restrictive, but they are supposed to be grounding and intentional for you. That grounding frees your creative energy for what actually matters in your business and in your life, to be frank. If you want to walk through this exercise more in depth, I really encourage you to read Chapter 6 of Marketing for Entrepreneurs. It also includes a full activation guide, and the companion workbook helps you map your core three visually so you can see how your platform, your plan, and your people all interact together. You can grab the revised edition on Amazon or download the PDF and workbook through the link in the show notes. When you do, you will also be signed up to receive our weekly Marketing Magic insights and tips and podcast episode updates so that this conversation, this topic, this work continues. Next week, we'll move into Chapter 7 and talk about content that converts without feeling performative or disconnected from your actual values. Until then, though, I want you to choose what fits your life and stay with it long enough to see what grows.